Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make this video on candlestick chart patterns. If you're not familiar with us, we are the Bullish Bears, and you'll see on our website at bullishbears.com, or you can click the link below. You'll see several different resources that we provide on candlesticks to our followers. We have a couple candlesticks courses, as well as a candlesticks ebook and desktop wallpaper background. So I'm going to show you some of those resources to help make things easier for you in this video. But if you're not familiar with candlesticks and what they are exactly, I'll give you kind of a higher level overview, right? So the stock market is a battle between the bulls and the bears, right? Bulls try to push price up, bears try to push price down. So I'll give you an example, just showing you Home Depot here. These green candlesticks are the bulls trying to push price up, right? So it's kind of riding this 9 moving average line, and then eventually it gets to a peak, and then the bears try to take over and push price down, right? So bears try to push it down, bulls try to push it up, right? See it over here, push up, and then bears come in, try to push it back down. So every time that battle takes place between the bulls and the bears, it leaves patterns, candlesticks. Now, candlesticks are really, really popular to trade. You know, some traders will still use line charts or bar charts, but candlesticks are really the most popular now because they form just really good clues to kind of, you know, they form patterns, right? So these patterns kind of form bigger overall patterns, and they're clues as to really important support and resistance levels. And it enables you to be able to draw things like horizontal and vertical support and resistance levels. And again, if you've been following us for any length of time, you'll hear us constantly talking about support, resistance, and patterns. That's the name of the game when trading. You need to be able to buy low and then sell high if you're going long. If you're going short on a stock, you want to sell high, right, at peak levels, up here and up here, and then buy low at support levels. So, you know, buying long or going long, you want to buy low at support levels and sell up at resistance levels. Again, you want to go short, you want to sell at peak levels and buy at support levels. So the entire name of the game is support and resistance when trading. And again, these candlesticks patterns, there are so many of them now. And that's what we tell people. You know, if you're new, you're going to have to give yourself some time, right? Don't expect that you're going to just pick up candlestick patterns overnight. They take a long time to learn. It might take you several months, you know, and that's why we try to give you a lot of resources to help you out. You know, trading is not some get rich quick scheme, right? It's not come in, buy, like you don't turn on, you know, CNBC or Kramer or whatever and be like, oh, the moment you hear them talk about a stock, you don't just go, oh, let me go, they're talking positive about it, so let me go and buy it, right? Many of times those shows will tell you a stock when it's hot, and then new traders will come in and they'll buy it right here at resistance levels, and then it tanks, and then they wonder what the heck happened? Why did they do that, right? Because, you know, you got to be able to understand and know, you know, what is support, what is resistance, and that's what we teach you in our community, right? But these candlesticks, you know, each one of these candlesticks are incredibly important. There's these tiny 1 and 2 candlestick patterns that mean something, as well as the bigger overall patterns, like, you know, these bigger ones here, like cup and handles. And then you'll see ones like this, like a double top. So like this entire bigger picture is important. And then you start drilling down into like the shorter time frames or the medium time frames. And then you start drilling down even further, right? So the whole thing is there's so many different chart time frames, right? You have to determine what type of trader you are. Are you a long-term trader? If you're a long-term trader, you're probably going to look more at the weekly and the monthly charts. If you're more of a swing trader or shorter term trader, like, you know, several days or maybe several weeks that you're holding, then you might come into a daily chart or an hourly chart. And if you're a day trader, then you're going to come into probably a chart like a 1 minute and a 5 minute chart and trade intraday. Now, I say that because patterns, no matter what time frame that you're trading on, they're all incredibly important, whether you're a day trader, a swing trader, or a long-term trader. And what's also important to realize is that indicators all come secondary to these candlesticks, right? So these moving average lines, RSI, MACD, all of that good stuff. That doesn't really matter. These are all lagging indicators. Candlesticks come first. They tell you more of the immediate story, and then you can use things like moving average lines, use like moving average lines to kind of give you a gauge of, other support and resistance levels. But candlesticks make up the most important key to trading. And so again, there's bigger overall patterns, and then there's smaller patterns. And then you obviously determine what type of trader you are, whether you're, long-term, short-term, or a day trader. Pick those time frames, and then these candlestick patterns all, they all mean something, regardless of what type of trader that you are, right? Or depending whatever type of trade or time frame you're trading on. So let me point you to a couple resources that'll really help you get going. Again, I could sit here and make a few hour-long video just on candlesticks alone, but I'd like to point you in touch with some resources that'll make things easier, and I'll show you what some of these resources look like. So you can click the link below. You'll head over to our website, bullishbears.com. Again, we have a couple candlesticks courses there. We have our first candlesticks course goes over kind of these smaller patterns, the bull flags, bear flags, pennants, and then it actually goes into the bigger patterns overall as well. And then our second course talks about reversal patterns, the like 2 and 3 candlestick patterns when you go up to here when price is overextended, or when price is falling and reversals back to the moving average lines. So we have a basic candlesticks course, which goes over the main, most popular candlesticks patterns. And then you have our reversals course, which goes over like the 2 and 3 candlestick patterns for reversal. Now, we highly suggest don't go taking our candlesticks courses until you're familiar with the basics of the stock market, how things work first, because candlesticks can be, a little bit overwhelming and also a little bit boring at first if you don't have a foundation or a knowledge. So you want to have some type of knowledge first. Again, we have other courses on our website. You could just click the link below and register, take our free courses over on our website to help you get started. But when you're ready to move into candlesticks, this world of candlesticks, it's very exciting because these things start to pop out at you. Like right now, if you're new, you're looking at this could be like, oh, what the heck am I looking at? But over time, you'll start seeing this and you'll be like, oh, wow, like, you'll grab your drawing tool and you'll see, okay, like let me connect this peak with this peak here. Let me click, here to here, and you're connecting these valleys and these peaks, and you're drawing, these lines, trend lines, right? You'll come back, come over here, and you'll be like, oh, what is this over here? You'll kind of zoom in, you'll be like, well, here's a peak over here, and then here's a lower peak. Oh, that's a double top pattern. You got to be careful when a price can't go up and break a previous high. That's a potentially bearish pattern. And you can see here, kind of price. Oops, let me get my drawing tool. You'll see kind of there's your support. You have a top, a top here, a lower top, price fails, and then it goes bearish, right? So that's a pattern. This is a double top pattern. So when we show you again, let me show you some of these resources. Again, I'm just kind of showing you some stuff on some real charts here. I'm going to go into our course. Let me go over to our ebook right now. You can gain access to our ebook over on our website. Again, the link is below. And you're going to see in our ebook, here's kind of an introduction, but we walk you through bullish candlesticks, right? How to trade them with entries and stop losses, right? Bullish, again, you believe the stock is going up. It's a bullish candlestick. Bearish means you believe the stock is going down. So on a candlestick chart, you'll see typically bullish candlesticks are green, and then bearish candlesticks will be red. Let me show you here. There's bearish candlesticks. We put it as yellow and blue just to that's our colors of our website. Try to be different, mix it up a little bit. So you'll see in our ebook, we have it just different colors. And then you'll see as you scroll down here, hammer candlesticks, right? Hammering out a base. So when price is falling, hammering out a base for a possible reversal. We show you again, entries and then stop levels. Again, in our ebook, you can go through this and have these copies of these pictures. Again, we show you how to trade them in each of these patterns. So you'll see there's almost 60 pages to this ebook, and you'll see as it starts to progress, the candlestick patterns get a little bit bigger, right? You see here's 3 right soldiers, and then we'll scroll down to 3 black crows. This is a bearish pattern. You'll see here's where you would short, here's where you'd put your stop. And then it kind of keeps going further into things like ascending triangles, right? So where you can draw your trend lines up like this, you'll see an entry here, stop down here. So each of these patterns is very important. And if you're saying to yourself, man, this is a lot, right? This is a lot to take in. Well, welcome to the world of trading, right? This is trading. Each of these patterns are really extremely important. There's like 50, 60 patterns in our courses, both of them alone. And they're all important. You don't want to skip over any of them. So you'll see here, rising wedge, you're connecting these peaks over here, these valleys down over here. And you can see this is where you would go short. Here's where you'd place your stop. You know, and falling wedge, actually let me show you head and shoulders, very popular pattern. Price goes up, creates a peak, creates another peak, and then it fails up here. So now you have a head and a left shoulder. And then you can connect this neckline here. And when price fails it, this is a reversal pattern, and this is where you would go short. Let me show you on a chart here an example, a real world example of a head and shoulders pattern. There's actually a couple I can see right on here, right here. Here's a perfect one on the SPY. See right up here, you can see a head, a left shoulder, and basically a right shoulder here. And you will see on this pattern here, when you connect the trend lines, kind of sometimes they're not always going to be perfect, but you'll see once it this head, left shoulder, right shoulder, it started to fail here, and then boom, completely dropped. And you'll see another one kind of over here. It's not perfect. You'll see a head up here, kind of a right shoulder or left shoulder here, kind of a right shoulder right in here. Now the right shoulder is a little bit higher than the left shoulder, but that's okay. Not all patterns are perfect, but you can see once you draw kind of trend lines right through here, once it started to drop this trend line, price fell, right? So there's 2 head and shoulders patterns for you, really popular patterns. Now, a lot of people will be like, right? New traders will be like, I don't know, what's the market doing? Why did the market fall? You know, why did that happen, right? Well, the thing is, the market gives you clues with these patterns once you know and understand them, right? So if you're a new trader and you're wondering why the market does what it does, candlestick chart patterns are basically the clues that are left behind from the fundamental traders. So these bulls and the bears, you know, they fight, they duke it out. Fundamentalist traders, they do their research. Whenever somebody enters a stock, basically, they leave a clue. It leaves a pattern, right? Those bulls and bears, they're duking it out. They leave a pattern, and these patterns are clues, right? And everything that you see here is a very important pattern depending on what type of trader you are, right? But when you have this bigger overall, bigger picture, and you can see everything together, that's when you can kind of do these bigger trend lines and connect these, again, like connect these peaks right over in here, right? Connect down over in here and, connect these bases here. And this all like means something, right? So you'll see channels that'll go up, like channels kind of going up like this, and then you'll see them going down, and you'll see as price is falling, like buyers come back in, push it up. It rejects, comes back down right here. So now you can kind of connect your trend line, price pulls back up, and now it starts to reject in these levels, falls back down. So you can connect these peaks and these valleys. But how do you connect all these peaks and these valleys? It's through these candlesticks, right? So that's why we just can't stress enough the importance of candlestick patterns and how they all come together. Now, again, our courses are a great resource. We go through pretty much, if you look at our ebook right over in here, we take all of the patterns in our course here, or in our ebook, and we go over them in both of our courses. But then, again, we know that it's very easy to forget these patterns. And if you don't have the ebook handy or pulled up, it's hard. It could be easy to forget them. So that's why we also created wallpaper backgrounds for you. So you'll see that we put a lot of work into these wallpaper backgrounds, and we kind of put it all together. We have a bullish patterns one here, and we also have a bearish patterns one, as well as reversal patterns. So you'll gain access to all these if you just go over to our website, bullishbears.com, and you register for our free courses. You'll also gain access to our ebook and these wallpaper backgrounds. And we just tell people it's nice to have these. You just kind of right click, you save it to your desktop, have it in the background. And that way, kind of like it just seeps into your subconscious, right? So when you watch our videos, you watch the ebook or you read the ebook, you see these patterns real world. Having these backgrounds on your computer helps you to memorize. Because again, you see this is, how much is this? 5, 10, 15 patterns here alone. And then you have another, let's say another 15 over here, and then another over here. It could be a lot to remember. So rotate through. Maybe every few weeks go in, change your wallpaper backgrounds, and you're going to see we have entries and stop levels on all these major candlestick patterns to really try to help you out and make it easier for you. So again, on our website, we have a couple courses that you can take, as well as our ebook and our wallpaper backgrounds, and lots of videos to really help you. So again, I could keep going on for hours upon hours upon hours with candlestick patterns, but we have lots of resources, again, with our ebook, our wallpaper backgrounds, and our couple courses on our website to really help you out. And on our YouTube too as well. If you subscribe, we have lots of content that we are always putting out there to really try to help our followers. And then when you become a member of our community, we do live streaming each day where we take these patterns and we show you how all these patterns work real time every morning for a couple hours, and just really charting out support, resistance, and showing you all that good stuff on our live streams each day. So hopefully this video helped you, and these resources are, again, very invaluable to really helping you out with learning trading. So again, if you haven't grabbed these resources yet, head over to our website, bullishbears.com. The link will be below, and just register for your free account, gain access to our courses and our ebook and our wallpaper background. So hopefully this video helped you, and we'll see you in our community.